And putting Sherman to work as Do My Job Week goes on. Here we are right in the middle of it. He's trying his hand at shrimp farming this morning. Yeah, here in Indiana? Yeah. Fox 59 Morning News continues now.
All right, fresh saltwater shrimp raised right here at home.
Doesn't sound possible in Indiana, but Sherman is picking up a new job this morning. He's going to show us how it is done this morning. Hey, Sherman.
Well, absolutely. You take all these tools, add a few big old tanks like that, and a guy to handle them, and you have a shrimp farmer in Indiana. How does he do it? I'm going to try next.
Shrimp is the fruit of the sea. You can barbecue it, boil it, broil it, bake it, saute it. There's shrimp kebabs, shrimp creole.
Coconut shrimp. Taking a cue from Bubba and talking shrimp this morning. And believe it or not, many local restaurants in Indiana are using saltwater shrimp that is raised right here.
And it takes a farmer to raise all the shrimp, and Sherman now adding that job to his resume.
Yeah, live this morning in Carroll County, Sherman?
Yeah, actually, here we are, man. We're in Cutler, Indiana, which is near Delphi. Right? You said right, Doug?
Yes.
Just how far?
We're about 4 miles south of Delphi.
Okay, about 4 miles south of Delphi. We're setting the scene because this is called B.D.J.S.Farms.
B.D.J.S.Farms.
All right, you guys are saltwater shrimp farmers.
Correct.
Doug Barber's the man. I got to point out, where we are right now, think about how we've had our crazy winter. It is 84 degrees in here.
84 degrees.
With 90% humidity.
Relatively, yes.
Relative. And you see all those tanks over there. We're going to do this all morning long, but just to set the scene, because guess what? It's so foggy. You'll see BJ wiping the lens of the camera off periodically. Okay, you come in, your first thing you do, these shrimp come in as like the size of eyelashes, right?
Size of an eyelash.
They're called
fry or larva shrimp.
Okay, and then in this tank, this is where they become what you're about to show us. And now this is a process that to take, oh my gosh, can you see that? These little bitty things, they're about the size of what? I don't know.
They're not very big. Yeah, no, they'll just jump. When you touch them, they'll jump.
Okay. Oh, there they are. I don't know if you can see that. They are jumping.
Yeah.
All right, so you said to me that one of the first things you do when I do your job this morning is you come in and say, okay, I've got to test this water, and what am I testing for? What's the process?
Right now, we're going to test for alkalinity. So go ahead and take this water, which is dipped out of this tank, and fill up to the 100 milliliters.
Okay. And why is this so important to getting to the process? And then I pour it in here.
Pour it in there.
Of getting shrimp, because eventually, what do you actually raise? What
They're Jumbo's Pacific White Shrimp. Go ahead and put this packet in first, then this one.
Jumbo Pacific White Shrimp. So why is this process?
Water quality is extremely sensitive on shrimp because it's the whole environment they live in.
Take this?
Go ahead and just stir it a little bit there.
Okay.
And just a little harder. And then it's just like your own body. Your body's only healthy as what it is that you take in.
Okay.
So the better your environment for the shrimp, the healthier they're going to be. Shrimp are somewhat sensitive, so you got to have a pretty...
And we're going to get to how much you raise on a day and all that good stuff this morning. So then, did I get that almost right?
Yep, you're good. Now go ahead and put
this in here.
Sulfuric acid in, and while you're stirring, go ahead.
While I'm stirring.
Yeah, now then you'll turn this.
Oh my God, I can do both at the same time?
Yeah, you're going to be multi-talented before you leave here.
Okay, turn this to 100 is where I'm going?
Well, pretty close to it. Yeah, we know we're going to be pretty close to 100 on that.
All right, so we're all morning. I am doing Doug's job. Here we are at B.D.J.S.Farms, right?
Yeah, now watch your water in it as it turns pink.
Okay. It's supposed to turn pink.
It'll turn pink.
Oh, it's turning pink.
A little more. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All right, so there we go. It's all a lot of chemistry and science and all that good stuff coming up. Saltwater shrimp farmer. Guess what? In Indiana, Doug's the man. I'm trying his job all morning. Maybe we'll bring some back for you guys. I don't know. If you're nice.
Sherman, I have the St. Elmo's cocktail sauce ready, so you just bring all of that back here to the studio and we'll take care of it.
You heard me listing all of the stuff on Jerry Springer's resume. You know who else has a resume that keeps extending? Sherman.
Yeah, which job is he taking on this morning?
Hey, look. Okay, so I'm trading my boots for some shrimp farming boots. That's Doug. He's a saltwater shrimp farmer in Indiana. Hey, do my job. Look at that thing. That's coming up.
His eyes are okay. But something is making a big splash at restaurants these days. Saltwater shrimp raised right here good old Indiana.
And this morning, Sherman is about to add that job to his resume. He's live with Do My Job in Cutler, Indiana.
Hey, good morning. In Cutler, yes, here we are. We are at B.D.J.S.Farms. This is Doug Barber, and it stands for Best Darn Jumbo Shrimp. That makes it easy to remember, right?
That's right. That's right.
Hello, this morning, Do My Job, and Doug is a saltwater shrimp farmer, and I'm suited up and ready to go. Yeah, it looks interesting, doesn't it? So a lot of people, every time when I said, hey, we're doing this thing, the first thing people go, a saltwater shrimp farmer in Indiana? So explain what you do and where we are.
Well, we're just south of Delphi, kind of in the middle of no man's land, and we raise saltwater shrimp, Pacific white shrimp. They're all saltwater. It's all raised in an environment that is completely contaminant-free.
And this is the end result,
Yeah,
right?
these are full-grown shrimp here. They come in the size of an eyelash, and this is what they end up in about 110 to 120 days.
Okay, let's walk a little. BJ's going to walk that way, but when you look around, you got, what, 8 tanks, I think you said? 8?
Yeah, we have 8 grow-out tanks full of the larger shrimp. And then some of the things we do throughout the day is we have to feed our shrimp
to get them to be jumbo. So what we're looking at when we look at these tanks over there, I know this is all a process. Some of them are just kind of sitting and actually basically growing as they sit, right?
Right.
This water is Pacific water, ocean water.
It's ocean water, yes.
Yeah.
It's a simulation of ocean water. It's all synthetic sea salt. We have an ecosystem we are raising in there as well. That's what the discoloration of the water is due to the ecosystem that we have in the water.
So that's the simulation of what you would. So if you supply a lot of restaurants in Central Indiana, correct?
Yeah, I serve several restaurants in Indianapolis.
So if I get this shrimp, I'm getting some saltwater shrimp.
Yes.
All right. Now what am I doing here?
You're just going to scatter the feed around the edge.
And just go there. The net. Why is there a net over this?
Because these jump 2 to 3 feet out of the water.
Seriously. You
can put that in a little heavier net.
Just like water.
Yeah, just right around in that little area there. You don't have to go all the way around the tank.
And so they will all like come up or go to the bottom.
The feed sinks, and the shrimp are bottom feeders, so they're going to grab that feed as it goes around in the water. And you may see some shrimp coming up to the top feed as well. All
right, so you do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of jobs. You put this stuff on, you go in and clean out tanks, and you're like, am I really going to do that? Well, maybe not, but we're going to do some more. We're going to see some. I'm going to pull some of those saltwater shrimp out. Yes, Do My Job, saltwater shrimp farmer. That's Doug. He's the man. I'm trying to be him this morning. So, right? It's a serious job, man.
We're going to get you to hold one of these shrimp for the day's done.
Maybe not.
And eat
we'll
one.
see you.
Well, you have an experience, Sherman.
On that, but Forrest and Bubba loved them. Fresh shrimp.
They love that stuff. But what's that got to do with Sherman and Indiana? Well, he is adding farmer to his resume this morning, doing another job. Sherman, how's it going?
Yeah, it's Do My Job, shrimp farmer in Indiana. Oh, yeah, it's harvest time. Wait till you see what comes up. You got to stand by that net.
Well, it's making a splash here at local restaurants. We're talking about fresh saltwater shrimp, but raised here in Indiana.
And someone has to harvest all of that shrimp. And Sherman is doing another job this morning. Let's find out how he's doing.
Yeah, you know what? Best Darn Jumbo Shrimp Farms, where we are in Cutler, Indiana. And I'm telling you, inside here, man, it's about 84 degrees, 90-plus humidity. Doug Barber is the guy behind it. He's the saltwater shrimp farmer. It's harvest time, and, man, let's get right to it because this is a tank full of, what, 6,500
gallons.
6,500 gallons of salt water. Wow. How many shrimp were in there inside that tank?
Inside the tank, there's 10,000.
About 10,000, and we don't know how many in here. So what are we doing?
There's several hundred in here.
Okay, several hundred in here. Now, what are we doing right now? This process.
I'm just sorting the shrimp for size. for the ones that are of market size. You can see there's a lot of different size shrimp.
Okay.
But we grabbed the larger ones, and I throw them in ice water immediately to kill them.
Now, wait a minute. These things are jumping around like crazy. He's like, Sherman, just go ahead and put your hand down there and grab them. But then he says there's stingers on them. What?
Yeah, the stingers right in the middle, right there.
All right, so I'm going to try to grab one of these things. Right. Oh, man. God. What? Okay, I guess I'm not doing very good at this particular job. But let's talk a little bit about the process, because early this morning we saw how they basically start off the size of an eyelash, and they get to this point, and from here, obviously, is where they go, and then they go to restaurants or wherever you send them.
Correct.
But this whole process takes how long?
It takes about 100 days, 100 to 120 days.
I'm petrified right now. About 100.
It's nothing like, it's just about like sticking your hand in front of a cactus.
Oh yeah, right. I saw the marks on your fingers from them, and it wasn't like a cactus. It was pretty severe. And I'm kind of, you know,
when you're
okay.
The other thing, you notice in the water, we kind of talk about. We
I almost had one. Meanwhile, you've sorted out so many of them. All right, let's talk about the water and what we see there. There's a
little bit of foam that's on top of the water.
What is that?
That's actually microorganisms that we grow in the water that actually is creating an ecosystem in this water. And
so
what it's
like
doing
salt water.
with salt water, and the microorganism is actually acting as it treats it as an ecosystem. So what that ecosystem is doing is it's eating, the microbiome is eating all the feces of the shrimp, and then as this grows older and gets bigger, the shrimp eats that.
And then what you're creating is big jumbo shrimp. Okay, here
big jumbo shrimp, yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay.
You better hurry. We're about getting out of the big ones here, and we're going to have to come back in.
Ouch. He got me. See there? What are you talking about? Oh, don't worry about it. All right, we're wrapping jumbo shrimp, and oh man, I almost got one jumbo shrimp here.
And he's going to get the big ones because this was sitting in the back.
We'll see you guys later. I'm going to try to do this. Have fun today.
No, I get that whole thing though when things are flipping and jumping, and it kind of freaks out a little bit.
Nobody said it was going to be dangerous.
Stick a hand in there.
I don't think he's done much fishing in his life.
I don't think so
You
either.
get that sense.